Before we begin our service today, out of respect to the family and to the rabbi and any speakers from the family, I know it's a full crowd here today. First and foremost, let's check our devices. Most of us are carrying a cell phone. Case in point. Please, let's make sure they're turned off. We don't want those to ring while the service is in progress. Folks, also, because there's a lot of folks in attendance, I'm going to ask to refrain from talking or whispering while the service is in progress, again, out of respect to both the family and the rabbi. Family and friends, we are gathered here today to celebrate the life of the late Francis Frier. Conducting the services here today is Rabbi Karen Becker Marcello. Rabbi?
Death has taken our beloved Fran. Our friends grieve in their darkened world. In their silence, there is lamentation. In their tears, there's loneliness. Lost in their sorrow, may they find the presence of loving friends. Hear them, O Adonai, be with them. For Fran's love that united us in life and which death cannot sever, for her companionship that we shared along life's path and which continues through the tenderness of memory, for the gifts of her heart and mind that brought us joy and happiness and is now a precious remembrance. For all these and more, we give our thanks to God. In our time of grief, we listen to the voice of our sacred scriptures that brings us the ever-new message of Adonai's nearness. It tells us of kinship with the Creator, in light as in darkness, in joy as in sorrow, in life as in death. God is my shepherd, I shall not want. God makes me lie down in green pastures, leads me beside still waters, and restores my soul. You lead me in right paths for the sake of your name. Even when I walk in the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You have set a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You have anointed my head with oil. My cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of Adonai forever. Psalm 23. There is a reading that we do, a proverb called A Woman of Valor. But I found a more modern, updated version, and to me, it says, Fran. A woman of valor makes the world change. Her strength is the content that guides through the days, defined by her actions that bring light to all dreams. Valor is something that's defined by her deeds. Her valor is golden, sparkled in gray. She stands up to the challenge, no matter the way. It can't be held back or defined by her age. Yes, a woman of valor makes the world change. For valor's not held by the young or the old, but by the deeds of the heart that give and unfold. It's merit and honor that hold no disguise, like the creation of being in the blessed Holy One's eyes. For valor is the color of the song of her soul, as she changes, creates, and turns light into gold. Divine is her presence, be it joyous or sad. A woman of valor may offer little, but it will be all that she has. For only her heart will know the depths of her soul, that nurtures and blossoms and forever unfolds. and holds in its essence new life and new gain. A woman of valor makes the world change. We are assembled with our friends in the darkness that has fallen upon them. We raise our voices together to the source of life, asking for comfort and for strength. We need light when gloom darkens our lives. We need fortitude and courage when pain and loss assail us. May we find these in Adonai, who preserves from destruction all that is good. Let us find them too in loved ones and companions who do God's work by binding up the wounds of the stricken. Who amongst us has not passed through trials and tribulations and bereavements? Some bear fresh wounds in their hearts and therefore feel more keenly the kinship of sorrow. Others whose days of mourning are more remote still recall the comfort that sympathy brought to their sorrowing hearts. May our sharing of sorrow and our deeds of solace bring comfort to the loved ones of Fran. In his sorrow, Job cried out, Adonai natein v'Adonai lachak v'hi shem Adonai mivarach. God has given, God has taken away. Blessed be the name of God. Job 1:21. Let us take a moment to pray in silence. May the words of our mouths and the meditations of our heart be acceptable in your sight, O Adonai, our strength and our Redeemer. Chaya Fega Bat Yona, Frances Frier, was born November 11, 1945, in Brooklyn, New York. She was taken too soon from us on July 31st, 2026, at the age of 80. She was married to Arnie for over 60 years, having been married in 1965. Together they had 2 sons, Sean and Scott. Our heartfelt sympathy goes to Arnie, Sean and his wife Katie, their son Kevin, to Scott Frier and Jody Frier, and their children Alana and Cody. Also to Fran's sister Harriet, and to those of blessed memory, Fran's siblings Shelda, Kenny, Lenny, and Dolores. Fran had a wonderful career, beginning as a receptionist at Potamkin Cadillac, then promoted to salesperson. This was in the 1970s when women were not frequently in this line of work. She became the #1 salesperson for Cadillac nationwide. And let me go back, I believe I said Sean, Katie, and their son Kevin. Fran met Arnie because she and Arnie's mom used the same hairdresser, and she and Arnie kept running into each other. And in 1965, they were getting married, but she wanted to wait till she was 20 years old. Actually, they married in 1966. They began their lives in Brooklyn, moved to Staten Island, then New Jersey, and to Riverdale. When they moved to Florida, they started living in Century Village as snowbirds and settled in Coral Lakes. As Coral Lakers, Fran enjoyed many activities and games. Mahjong, which I played with her for several years, canasta, and the new one was Chinese Mahjong. She and Arnie attended concerts, they traveled, they would go out to eat with friends, and attended many family events. Fran also attended shows and concerts with her friends. She was always out doing and always out enjoying. When I asked Sean what did Fran do to make him laugh, he said they had their own separate language, and his role in life was to make his mom laugh. Fran's greatest love was Arnie. His health was her greatest concern, and taking care of Hershey. Her greatest source of joy was her family. She and Sean went together to Alaska. She was fond of telling her family, "Travel while you're young." I was told that doing something fun or new will remind her family of Fran. She was fearless. When thinking of who Fran was, I was told she was willing to do anything for anyone at any time. She always wore that special smile. She had patience and was confident. Fran supported everyone, and as I've seen in mahjong games, she did not take sides. Her friends and her family loved that about her. She loved to go for walks and go to the movies. And I notice I keep using the word love because that was Fran. Fran was love. Fran was heart. Her family will miss her laugh, her smile, and her selflessness. She would make friends with anyone, anywhere. And she also thanked the parking gods because she always found a spot wherever she was going. Fran will be missed by all who knew her and loved her. May her memory be a blessing. At this time, we will have several people come up to speak.
Well, that was my entire speech.
You gave it to me.
I know. For those who don't know me, my name is Sean Frier, the oldest son. My wife Kathy is here. Our son Kevin is watching on live stream from our hometown, Buffalo, New York. Go Bills. Hi, Kev. So Fran, Francis, Franny, Aunt Franny, wife, cousin, sister, mom, Nana, grandma, dear friend. She went by many names and didn't care which one you used. She was always willing to drop everything to help someone out and never had a bad word to say about anyone. Who could live this way their entire life? She did, and everyone she connected with knew she was sincere. There was never guessing what her words meant. She had no agenda. She just wanted to do right by others and enjoy life to the fullest every day. Fran was born to the youngest of 6 children of John and Blanche in Sheepshead Bay, Brooklyn, New York in 1945. She married my dad over 60 years ago. They just celebrated this past November my mom's 80th birthday, my dad's and their 60th wedding anniversary. 3 years after marriage, she had me, and then another year later, my brother, Scott. Scott and I were a handful, and I honestly don't know how she did it. She had the patience that most people can only dream of. My mom worked very hard before she retired. She knew people all over the car business, and it seems like everyone loved talking to Fran about working out some kind of deal. I fondly recall the days she worked for Potamkin in Midtown Manhattan, driving around in Cadillac demos she always drove. She worked long hours and earned a stellar reputation of which we were very proud. So here's a story that part Rabbi Karen had talked about, but she started as a receptionist at Potamkin Cadillac. Victor Potamkin saw how good she was on the phones with customers, made her a salesperson. First female salesperson in their business in Cadillac. In a male-dominated business, she became the #1 Cadillac salesperson for many years in a row, nationwide. Over the years, she won multiple awards and trips. I have receipts. Yesterday, my mom, not a hoarder, but a pack rat. So here is the printout from 1986 of the national top 100 sales representatives. Fran Frier, #1. 548 cars sold that year. #2 was 248. So that just tells you the way she connected with people on their level, everybody. So there's more of this in the boxes. So, she won multiple trips over the years. Scott and I got to go on one of those trips, had a great time. Despite all the work, she found time to be our mom, and when I look back now, I appreciate her ability to manage it all. One of my favorite stories to tell is my brother and I were walking in the pharmacy with our mom. My brother doesn't know I'm telling this story. We were 13 and 14. As we walked up to the pharmacist, my mom asked in a loud, normal voice, "What would be the best condoms for my boys?" My brother and I never ran so fast. My other favorite story was when I was describing to my mom how I needed therapy because I was so ugly as a kid. She asked, "How can you say that?" I said, "Nobody ever touched me as a child. No teachers, Boy Scout leaders, Mormon basketball team. Nobody touched me." She said, "Come on down, it's not too late." Wonderful sense of humor. So she had a wonderful relationship with both of her daughter-in-laws, Kathy and Jody, and was a wonderful help with Kevin, Ilana, and Cody over the years. Her grandchildren were truly her pride and joy, as they will suffer the most from her loss, and that they will miss out on her wisdom, support, and just being a fabulous listener that doesn't judge like parents do. We feel blessed that Kevin had such great times with his grandparents. They truly enjoyed him and loved him the way he is. That was just the way our parents operated. I'm sure that Scott would agree. She also loved animals, as we always had a dog or two in the house. My mom was everyone's best friend, no matter if she lived in New York or Florida. She was very close to her brothers and sisters, as well as her nieces and nephews, and now their kids. Whenever anyone in the family had a problem or just wanted to talk, they would call my mom, and she'd always made time for everyone. She did not judge, would not take sides when there were quarrels. She probably knew more about this family than anyone else, but their secrets were safe with her then and will go with her now. She was a true confidant. Unless I find a book of everything that was told, we're still digging through things. Mom was game for anything. Didn't matter if it was to watch fireworks on the Upper West Side, go on an Alaskan cruise, rent a hotel room overlooking the Macy's Day Parade, go to the zoo, pick you up at the airport, or just take a walk, and that's just a few things. One just had to ask, and the answer was always yes. I love that about her. Speaking on that Alaskan cruise, it had to be 15 years ago. I have my annual education trip, which are always in different locations. This one happened to be an Alaskan cruise. My wife didn't want to go to freeze her arse off in the summertime, since our summers in Buffalo are so short. So I asked my mom, as I always knew she always wanted to go on one. So we shared a room, 2 beds, for an entire week. I will never forget that trip. Not only because of the fun excursions that we went on, but also how easy it was to travel with her. And of course, she made new friends at every meal. I talked with my mom almost every day. We just talked. Kathy would sometimes ask me, "What did you talk about?" My response was, "Not much, just chit-chat." Kathy says I had a secret language with my mom, and sometimes we just make noises or a certain look at each other and just started laughing. There was always something to talk about with Mom, and boy, did we ever laugh. She was my best audience by far. Not talking to her every day is going to be the toughest part. I'll still talk to her so we can continue our conversations. Mom was truly special, and she wouldn't want us to be sad today. That this was her favorite part of any event, and she wants us to laugh for a minute and forevermore. For those outside the family, at every family event, my mom would start laughing for a minute, and before you knew it, you were laughing for some unknown reason. I can only imagine that this has never been done before during a eulogy, but let's try it so she can hear us. Ready? Go! To everybody else, this is normal. She would have loved that, thank you. So, a few phrases to leave you with. Family doesn't leave you, they just change the way they stay. My mom is always going to be here, always, for everybody. So, just got to look, there she is. Lastly, anytime you're having fun or saying yes to something new, please remember our mom, Fran. That would be the best way she'd want to be remembered. This room is a testament to her kindness, friendship, and love over the years. Thank you for being here in person and virtual on Zoom. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I am son number 2. Try to do this without breaking down too much. My mom had a lot of amazing qualities, like some that I would like to share with you today. She was my protector. So as a young, sick baby with asthma, having to go to the hospital all the time, she was always there for me, stayed with me through every hospital visit. She was always taking care of me when I was a kid.
Do you want me to read it for you?
No.
Move a little closer to the mic.
She was also there for the hundreds of times that my dad was chasing me around the dinner table trying to kill me. Her guidance as a young kid, like waking up and watching her drive 1 hour to New York City every single day for over 20 years, is the work ethic that taught me how to be successful today. Without watching her do those things, I don't think I would be as successful as I am. So a lot of the things that she did just show me things, like just watching her and just being in awe of everything that she would accomplish. She had compassion for everybody. She taught me the meaning of unconditional love. She was always there for me, always listening, never judged me, always provided for me if I ever wanted anything. She was funny and she was fun. Whether it was the laugh a minute like that she created at these family functions, which I thought originally was stupid, but after a while it wears on you and it's fun. Whether it was smoking with her at my wedding, she was always up for a good time. She was a great friend to many people here, including her best friend Rhoda. She's known since she was 10 years old. She loved hanging out with people in the community, just making friends, playing canasta, mahjong, going to the dinners and the shows. It was just, she always stayed busy. She had an amazing family. It's very large. Like, everybody loved and respected her. She was basically the matriarch of our family, thing, the glue that held us all together. She was an amazing wife to my dad of 60 plus years. She had unconditional love for him and showed it all the time. She was an amazing mother to my brother and I and Jody. We couldn't ask for a better mom. She was always there for me, no matter what. She was an amazing grandma to Kevin and Alana and Cody. And the only regret that I have today is that I didn't get to spend more time with her. I love you, Mom. I'll always never forget you. Thank you.
I believe we have another speaker coming. Do you want the step stool?
Do I want a step stool? Sure. How big? Oh, no. Oh, I'll fall off of it.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. I'm going to try not to cry, so everybody support me through this. I am one of the lucky ones who got to spend so much time with my aunt. I'm Robin, by the way. I'm her niece. I got to spend so much time with her as a child, as an adult. She was the person I always went to. You could never love Franny enough. She just gave so much. So I am one of the lucky ones that got to spend time with her. When I was younger, and we'd go to dinners at my grandma's house and grandpa's house, and Fran would be there, and I would be standing at the edge of the stairway saying, "Auntie Fran, come out and play with me." And she would say, "Robin, go away. I'm trying to sleep." Okay. Later in years, I got diagnosed with lupus, and I was very ill. Fran was always there for me, every time I needed her, whether I called her or she just stopped by. And that's how she was with everybody. She just was there to help. And she was there to take care of me when I couldn't take care of myself. And I was always grateful for her, for being that person. Later on in years, when things got better, we both were healthy, we would go out to dinner all the time because I lived in Manhattan and she worked outside of Manhattan. So we got to spend a lot of time and go out to great restaurants and have great food and great wine and lots of laughs. When you would come back from paying the check, Franny would be sitting there and there would be a row of people waiting for us. They would sing me happy birthday so we could get a free piece of cake. It wasn't my birthday. It was not my birthday. But she did it every time we went out to dinner, and she'd say, we can't go back to that place for a year. Fran and I would be walking to the car. A cute guy would be walking by, and she would stop and say, "Hey, you want to go out with my niece?" And I would say, "Aunt Fran, stop doing that to me." But she never did. And I'm grateful for that too. Everything she's ever done for me, I am grateful. The friendships that I've made because of her, Rhoda, and I mean, it's all her friends here. I knew it would be, standing room only. I'm very happy to see everybody here to celebrate my aunts. Well, I wrote lots of notes, but this is about all I could do right now. My aunt she was an extraordinary woman. She would always smile. You never saw Franny be unhappy. Never. It was unbelievable. How I could look at some person and go, ooh, and but Fran, no, she would go, ah, and just hug them and just love them. And so I just want to say one more thing. Her smile will always light up a room. And you will always exude love just from that person, because that's all she ever did. She never talked badly about people. Sometimes if I did, she would be, "Robin, stop doing that." And I would be okay, because she scared me if I didn't pay attention. So I am one of the lucky ones, but all of you out here, are one of the lucky ones, because you got to know an amazing woman who just loved everybody and everything, no matter what. And that's all I can say, because I love her so much, and I wish she wouldn't leave us. But she'll always be there. Last night, I think she was actually on my shoulder when I was writing down some notes. But that's it. Thank you. Thank you all for coming. Oh, she always just went by the live, love, and laugh.
May the memory of Fran endure among us as a blessing. In your own time, O Adonai, when we too are called to enter eternity, may we leave this life secure in the faith that in your light we shall see light. In life and in death we cannot go where you are not, and where you are, hope endures. Sustained by this assurance, we invoke your name, Adonai. To the family and to the friends, I say life is valued above all else. Since humanity descended from a single person, taking one life is like destroying an entire world, and saving one life is like saving an entire world. Death, though, like life, also has meaning. Please know that there's no preparation for death. that we are filled with sadness and gloom. It is the way it should be. Fran will be missed, but letting go is the greater mitzvah when there is no quality of life. But know that Fran is resting in peace. At this time, I'd like to recite the Mourner's Kaddish. So if you are able to, please rise. Yitgadal v'yikadash shemei rabbah, v'yalma divra hirute, v'yamlik malhute, b'chayechon uvyomechon, uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv, v'yimru. Amen. Yehi shmei rabbah mevorach le'olam almei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitroman v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalei v'yitalal shmei dekudusha b'rechu le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiram v'yalma v'yimru. Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mrumah, hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'yakol Yisrael, v'yimru. Amen. May Adonai grant peace to those who mourn and comfort all the bereaved among us. Please be seated. At this time, I want to announce that Shiva will be held at the Frier Residence, 12551D, Crystal Point Drive in Boynton Beach, on Monday from 3 to 6 p.m., and donations have been requested to be made at the Lupus Foundation of America and Saving Sage Animal Rescue.
At this time, I'm just going to ask the friends to remain seated. The immediate family that came at 10, please rise. We're going to take them back into the family room. Friends, this concludes the celebration in the life of the late Francis Frier. The family at this time will not be receiving any guests after the service. But please, if you do have an opportunity, as outlined in the booklet that you all received, they would love to see you during the Shiva period on Monday from 3 to 6. Also, again, the donations, if you'd like to leave a donation in her memory, please do so. We've also created an online memorial. It's down at the very bottom. If you'd like to go online, you can see the video there, or you can leave a term of endearment to the family, and you can upload a photo of your own and share the memory of Fran. For those of you that are here that brought umbrellas, they are going to be available. Please make sure if you brought it and put it in our lobby, pick it up on your way out. Now, with a lot of folks here at the service, we've opened up the rear double doors on both sides of our chapel, so one will take you out to the front, and one will take you out to the side if you parked in the back. I will ask you all to please be very mindful of each other, trying to leave. We don't want to create any accidents in the parking lot, so please be patient and courteous. On behalf of the Frier family, I want to extend a personal thank you for being here and providing comfort support to them. I know it means a lot to them as well. So at this time, I will ask you all to please rise. Again, exit through the rear double doors. The family is not receiving at this time. Thank you.